This is the WEN DF451i Super Quiet 4500-watt electric start dual-fuel portable inverter generator. Let me start by talking about its appearance and first impressions when I unboxed it. This thing has a compact design for what it does, with a sturdy frame that feels durable and built to last. At first glance, it doesn't scream portable, because at around 90 to 100 pounds, it's pretty hefty. But with its built-in wheels and the convenient handle, moving it around actually wasn't as bad as I initially thought. The overall design definitely feels practical and serious, with everything you need conveniently laid out on the control panel. Perfect for someone like me who appreciates function over unnecessary flair. The experience of using it, well, that's where it really shines. I picked it up after hearing about its dual fuel capability, which means it runs on both gasoline and propane. Honestly, I wasn't sure how often I'd use the propane option at first, but after the initial setup and a brief learning curve, I found it incredibly convenient. From my experience, the propane option saved me during times when gas wasn't readily available or when I just wanted a cleaner alternative. I used it during a recent power outage, and it was a huge relief to be able to keep both my fridge and several other appliances going without worrying. The electronic start, where you literally just press a button to get it running, is one of those features that makes life so much easier. And even if for some reason the electric start doesn't work, it's also got a backup recoil starter, which isn't hard to use either. One of the key moments that stood out to me was testing it out in eco mode. Let me tell you, this feature is gold. When I wasn't running a ton of appliances simultaneously, switching to eco mode helped save fuel, which meant I didn't have to keep refueling that often, whether it was gas or propane. From my understanding, eco mode actually adjusts how much power it's putting out based on what you've got plugged in, so it's not just burning through fuel unnecessarily. This was a huge win from my perspective because gas costs add up, and nobody likes running out of fuel midway through anything. Now let me tell you about the quiet operation. Whenever I think of generators, I still imagine older, noisy machines you have to shout over. This one though, so much better. At about 58 dBi at quarter load, it's quieter than I expected for such a powerful generator. For context, this is about as loud as a regular conversation or a small window air conditioner. I used it on a camping trip, and it didn't disrupt the outdoor vibe at all. I could envision myself leaving it running at night without waking everyone up. Speaking of performance, it outputs a solid 4,500 surge watts and 3,500 running watts on gasoline, while propane gives you 4,500 surge watts and slightly less running power at 3,150 watts. Honestly, that slight difference didn't matter much for me because it still powered everything I needed with ease. And I appreciate the fact that it produces clean energy, meaning it's safe to use for more delicate electronics like phones, laptops, and even tablets. I've been skeptical about trusting generators with tech gadgets in the past, but this one does the job without hiccups. Now let me share some of my favorite things about this generator. For one, the range of outlets it offers is pretty solid. The control panel comes equipped with several options like 2 standard 120-volt household outlets, an RV-ready outlet, a DC receptacle, and even USB ports. For a tech person like me who always has multiple devices to charge, having those USB ports was more than just convenient. It was a small but appreciated detail. The digital fuel and load display is another feature I didn't know I'd find so useful. Being able to glance at it and instantly know how much fuel is left or how much load I'm running takes away the guesswork or the worry of suddenly running out. On the flip side, there are a couple of things I think could have been improved. The weight, as I mentioned earlier, might be a hurdle for some users. While the wheels and handle definitely help, I still needed assistance carrying it upstairs or loading it into a vehicle. If you're someone who often moves equipment on your own, this might be a small drawback to consider. Another tiny snag is how smoky it can get at startup if you're using gasoline. It clears up quickly, and from what I understand, this is normal. But the first time I noticed it, I couldn't help but wonder if I had done something wrong. When it comes to maintenance, you'll also need to stay on top of changing the oil and keeping it clean, especially if you're running it frequently. The oil access panel makes this easier than older generators I've owned, but still, it's something you have to plan for. Regular upkeep isn't exactly my favorite thing to deal with. That said, these small inconveniences didn't take away from the overall value this machine provided for me. In conclusion, I think the WEN DF451i is all about reliability and versatility. It feels like a powerhouse in a compact form, capable of handling everything from camping trips and outdoor events to emergency power outages at home. It's perfect for someone who values quieter operation, ease of use, and flexibility when it comes to fuel options. If you're like me and you want something practical that doesn't require an engineering degree to run, this is an excellent generator. Sure, it's not entirely perfect with the weight and routine maintenance, but those trade-offs felt relatively minor considering the overall quality and features I got. I'd recommend this for RV owners, campers, or anyone looking for a dependable backup power solution. Whether you're camping in the woods or just need peace of mind during storm season, this generator delivers. If you've enjoyed this quick review or found it helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more reviews, and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think or share your own experiences if you've used this generator. Thank you for watching.